What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing. And while you're at it, smash that like button for me. I really would appreciate it. Smash it, smash it, smash it. Also, hit that post notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Be careful down in the comment section of the videos. A lot of spam, a lot of scammers. I will never ask you to contact me by WhatsApp or Telegram. I also do not invest money for my subscribers, so please be careful. Don't get yourself scammed. Do me a big favor, guys. Get down to that description box and click on that Instagram link. Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor Instagram link. Looking to get the Instagram page up to about 5,000 followers by the end of May. Now, if you guys have been rocking with me, you'll know I had an old Instagram page, Richard Fain 28. This new page is Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor. The reason I don't have the Richard Fain 28 Instagram page, which had 90,000 followers, the reason I don't have that is because Instagram shut it down. Wasn't any fault of mine, they just shut it down. So maybe, impersonating scammers or whoever, and they just, I don't know, maybe they got me confused with one of them and they shut the page down. There wasn't nothing I could do. So I had to create a new one. So do me a favor, guys. If you were over on the old page, I don't have it anymore, come over to the new page. Like I said, the link is down in the description box. Do me a big favor, come over to the new page, Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor, and give me a follow, and then send me a DM letting me know that you rock with me so that I can say thank you. But I know a lot of y'all are still stuck over there on that old page, and you probably don't even realize the dang on thing shut down. But it is. So if you're rocking with me on the old Richard Fain 28 Instagram page, transition yourself over to the Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor Instagram page. That link is down in the description box. The Richard Fain 28 no longer exists. Okay, so do me that big favor, guys, so that we can get this new page up and running and get it going. I'm starting to post content on there, some personal, stuff. I'm starting to post, obviously you always post financial stuff. I put a post on yesterday, a reel up yesterday about Nvidia, which we're going to talk about in detail today, because I know that's why some of you guys are here. So please do me that favor on the Instagram thing. And then send me that DM, like I said, to let me know you're rocking with me. Next thing is the website. Before we get into the meat and potatoes, which is Nvidia, we're going to have a long conversation about that. I got to get a couple things out of the way for my business, right? That's only fair, right? Let me get a couple things out of the way for the business, which one of them is the website. A lot of you, over 100,000 of you, have visited the website over the last month since I rolled it out. All organic, right? I just talk about the website on my YouTube channel, and that's all I do. And 100,000 of you went over there and checked it out. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. Appreciate you for going to the website and checking it out. Why the website? Because you guys asked for it. You guys asked for me to create the website with products that can help you get to your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. See, guys, I can't be up 24 hours a day. I can't be answering emails 24 hours a day. I can't be on YouTube 24 hours a day. There are going to be times where I can't be on here at all. Like tomorrow, I won't have the live stream at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time because I have something else I got to do that takes precedent over YouTube. That's why I curated the website. So you can go to the website 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And there are 10 digital products on there that cover everything that I talk about on my YouTube channel. Those 10 digital products, I handpicked them. I curated them myself. So listen, if you're rocking with me and you want to get to wealth, get over to my website, www.richardfain.net. Second link down in the description box. Go check the website out, guys. Go grab some digital products. Many of you have, and thank you. More so, you're investing in yourself, not in me. You asked for the website. So I did it, right? So make an investment in yourself, grab some digital products, invest in you and your financial future to get yourself to your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Now, here's where the thing gets really, really, really good. For those of you who say, listen, Richard, hey, I'm gonna visit the website. I may or may not pick up some digital products, but really, I need a mentor. I need somebody that I can email, that I can send a direct message to, who's gonna answer that email, answer that direct message, and provide me with financial feedback. That's what I need more than anything. Then, hey, join my mentorship club through the website. Right now, I got almost 300, I think about 325 of you have joined, and y'all are my mentees. I'm the mentor. So what do you get for that, Richard? Well, you're going to get me and my 30 years of experience building wealth through the big three and side hustles. That's what you're going to get. You're going to get that 30 years worth of knowledge. That same 30 years worth of knowledge that I've been telling y'all since October of last year to start investing in the Magnificent Seven. And guess who's in the Magnificent Seven? Nvidia. And over since January, I've been telling the folks that rock with me, guys, Nvidia is going to $1,000 a share. I've been saying that since January. Nvidia is going to $1,000 a share. Not because I'm some expert, not because I'm a genius, not because I'm some guru. When you just look at the fundamentals of the company and you look at where they've come from since 1999 and really where they hit their growth spurt, I say they hit the growth spurt in 2016. From 2016 to 2024, they 10x'd their revenue. See, things like that, guys, you don't need to be no expert. You just got to follow the growth of the company. You got to look at these companies and say, well, okay, would I invest in, would I buy anything from this company? Who is this company? So my point is this: if you want to have early access to the information that I have up here in my filter system, you need to be in the mentorship club. Go over to the website, click on I think it says join here, or it says membership club. One of those things it says, click on that little yellow button and get yourself in the loop. These folks in my mentorship club, we've been celebrating this Nvidia thing since yesterday. And I wasn't even on YouTube. I was on YouTube that morning, but that was basically it. But all day I was in the mentorship club telling people, strap in, put your seatbelt on. At 5 o'clock, we taking off, we're going to the moon. I've been telling people that in the mentorship club. So listen, man, if you want to have your finger on the pulse, if you want to get into the filter system and have an intimate financial relationship with me, you got to get over to the mentorship club and sign up and get yourself rolling. Well, all right, let's move on to Moo, and then we diving into the video. How do you can't even buy the Magnificent Seven unless you got a brokerage account, guys. And guess what brokerage account I use? Moo. That's my brokerage account of choice. I'm going to use that brokerage account to buy the Magnificent Seven and Nvidia and SPLG and FTEC for the next 10 years. I'm going to use that brokerage app. So down in the description box is a link for Moo. Guys, click on the link, open up your brokerage account. See, you can't get on the rocket ship unless you got a brokerage account and you're in the game. We're not going to even let you on the rocket ship unless you show proof that you have a brokerage account and you're ready to get in the game. Now, I'm not saying you got to sign up for Moo if you don't want to. You go use whoever you want to use. But if you're going to be rocking with me and you're going to be asking questions, because I'll get them. Oh, I'm with E-Trade. How do I do this on E-Trade? I have no idea. I don't use E-Trade. You go ask E-Trade. Oh, I got XYZ. How do I don't know. Go ask them. If you want to ask me questions about a brokerage app, you need to use the same brokerage app I'm using. Now, some of y'all don't need help from me with your brokerage apps because you know what you're doing. So no problem. But I got so many beginners, guys. So many people who don't know nothing about investing in paper assets. They don't know nothing about brokerage accounts. They don't know nothing about any of that stuff. So if you're going to need me and lean on me to help you, you need to have a Moo account. I don't care if you got 10 other ones. But if you're going to lean on me to help guide you along the way, you need to be using what I'm using. That's for beginners. For the rest of my group who already know what they're doing, they don't need Moo. They can open if they want to, but they don't need it because they know what they're doing. They know how to make fractional share trades. They know how to do this and do that. So they don't really need it. But for the vast majority of y'all who are brand new, get down to the description box and click on that Moo link. Put $100 in your brokerage account. You're going to get 10 free fractional shares of the Magnificent Seven, including Nvidia, which we're going to be talking about today. So listen, guys, if you want to make something different in your life and you want to change something for the better financially, you got to execute, man. We got to get off the sideline. We got to stop procrastinating. We got to execute. And that's what I tell the people in my mentorship club. Listen, you shouldn't even be in this mentorship club unless you're ready to execute. You ain't got to be no expert. I'm not an expert. I'm just a guy who decided I didn't want to be broke for the rest of my life. I was just a guy who decided I didn't want to work for somebody for the rest of my life. That's it. I just made the decision and started executing. You need to do the same thing. Get down to that description box, click on that Moo link, open up your Moo account today, put $100 in there, get that 10 free fractional shares of the Magnificent Seven, and then be ready to go. Ready to get your seat on the rocket ship, because I'm going to share something with you guys that will change your life. And it's not because I'm an expert. It's because I've done this before. I've seen this playbook. I saw it with Tesla. I saw it with Amazon. I saw it with Alphabet. I'm telling you, I've seen this. What Nvidia is getting ready to do, guys, is not new. This is a play out of a lot of other large companies' playbook. It ain't new what they're getting ready to do. What is new is if you're going to participate in it or not. That's your choice. Nvidia is going to the moon, whether you own that rocket ship or not. I'm telling you, they're going to the moon. That's my opinion. I'm not a stock analyst. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a CFP. I'm not a CPA. I'm not on CNBC. I'm not on CNN. I'm not on any of that stuff. I'm just a regular schmegular guy who started doing this at 26 years old and built his own wealth on his own by doing what? Execute. Not being afraid, just execute. Finding great companies, finding great ETFs, finding great index funds, and then hitching myself to them, letting them be the expert. Not me. I just find great companies and I let them do what they do. And I just join in on the fun by investing in them. So let's keep moving. Let's keep moving and get into the video. Here's the thing, guys. Like I said, since January, I've been talking to you guys about positioning yourself with companies, with ETFs that can multiply your money. Now, Nvidia is one of those companies, but it's not just any old company. It's a company that's part of the Magnificent Seven. And the Magnificent Seven are going to be your most valuable companies in America, right? They're like in the top 10 most valuable companies in America. They're in the top 15 most valuable companies in the world. Nvidia is number 3 in the world. And guess what? Within 18 to 24 months, they're going to be number 1. That's my opinion. Right now, they're number 3. They're not far off from number 1, who is Microsoft. Microsoft is about 3.3 trillion in market value. Nvidia was like 2.2 before this monster day yesterday. Now they close that gap. They close that gap. They close that gap. In the first quarter of their fiscal year, which is 2025, and I know that sounds crazy, but they're not running off of a calendar year, guys. They run off a fiscal year. And I believe, and don't hold me to this, that's why I tell you guys, I'm not the expert. You need to go out and do your own fact finding and your own fact check and your own research. But I believe their fiscal year ends in January, if I'm not mistaken. It's either January or February. Matter of fact, give me a second, because I don't need no robots in the chat trying to, I don't need the robots to get going in the chat. So let me find out. What is Nvidia's fiscal year? Let's see. Let's see, because some of y'all might know, I don't know. But I believe it's January or February, something like that. Let's see here. All right, I'm not gonna waste a lot of time on that. Somebody in the chat let me know. But whatever it is, I believe it's January or February. So their fiscal year is different. So they call it first quarter earnings report, but 2025 fiscal year first quarter earnings report. And the reason I think they call it is because their fiscal year will end in 2025. It will end in 2025, not 12/31/2024. That's a calendar year. They don't operate on a calendar year. So nevertheless, this May 22nd report was their first quarter, right? First quarter. And it was a great first quarter. They killed it. They killed it. They killed it. I mean, they destroyed it. I mean, I think they had over $28 billion in revenue in the first quarter. They did $60 billion all of their last fiscal year. They killed it. Killed it. Beat all analyst expectations. I'm not going to go through all these numbers because that's not what I do. You can go find them numbers on the $10 trillion research lab. You can go find the videos, all the numbers. All I can tell you is, guys, they killed it. Destroyed it. So what happened? Stock closes at 9.49 yesterday. The stock closes at 9.49 a share. They come out at 5 o'clock Eastern time with the earnings report. Destroy it. Immediately, after hours, the stock goes up to like $1,018. Immediately. And then it settles back down, I believe, to around 108, 110, something like that. This morning, poof, it pops. 1,038 when I looked at it. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing that they threw out, though, in the earnings call, that they were going to do a 10-to-1 split. They threw that out. We're going to do a 10-to-1 split. So for me, it was like, okay. Shoot, 10-to-1 split. Now what do I do? Do I ride this thing and then dump it before the 10-to-1 split and then come back in after the 10-to-1 split? Or do I just let it ride? Because I put a big chunk of money in it, right? I got a big stake. I mean, I'm talking about at least 25% of my net worth is in the video right now. A lot. So the question is, hey, Richard, what do? Do you ride it and get out at your target sell price, which I have a target sell price in the filter system, right? I never buy these stocks without having a target sell price. So I got the target sell price, and I say to myself, once you hit, now my target sell price, guys, is $1,050. $1,050 a share is my target sell price. But see, I had already predetermined that before they threw in the 10-to-1 split. Now I'm thinking to myself, oh shoot, that changed the game. The 10-to-1 split changes the game, right? That changes the game. So now I got to recalculate and think, what do I want to do before June 7th? Because on June 7th, whatever the stock price closes at, that's what the 10-to-1 split is going to be based on. And then when it reopens on June 10th, which is a Monday, boom, that's going to be the new stock price per share. So don't know, though, what the stock price was going to be on June 7th. Stock price could be $1,300 a share by June 7th. Could be $1,500 a share. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. So all of that goes into play for me. I'm thinking, what am I going to do? This is my second time around with Nvidia. Remember, a month ago, some of you guys remember, a month ago, I had a live stream on a Saturday. Saturday morning live stream, and I said, guys, Nvidia just closed on Friday at 767. That's an opportunity to get rich. I said that on the live stream. I said, Monday morning, when this thing opened up on Monday morning, I'm all in. Some of y'all remember me saying that. I said, Monday morning, when it opens, I'm all in. Some of y'all listen. How do I know you listen? Because you emailed me and you DM'd me and you direct messaged me through the Mentorship Club and said, Richard, I bought in at 776. Thank you so much for giving me that tip. See, guys, I keep telling y'all, if y'all, listen, man, you got to get plugged in and stay plugged in if you're really serious about building wealth, guys. See, while y'all are working or doing whatever y'all do during the day, I'm finding ways to get this net worth doubled. And guess what I do when I spend all day finding ways to get this net worth doubled on my end? I pass it on to y'all. That's what I do. See, that's all I got to do all day because I control 100% of my time. I ain't got to go to work. I got no other obligations. I control 100% of my time. So I can take my time and find ways to double my net worth over the next 10 years. And I pass that on to you. But it does you no good if you don't pay attention or watch or plug in, right? That's where the mentorship group comes into play, guys. You got to plug in, right? So some of y'all plugged in, some of y'all got that tip, and some of y'all executed. And now, how you like me now? Richard, how you like me now? I came in at 776. This thing is over $1,000 a share. This person or people who came in on that Monday and bought in the sevens, guess what's going to happen here in a little bit, in my opinion? They're going to have a $300 per share upside just because they paid attention and executed. Again, guys, I'm not the expert. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't have a degree to do this. I don't have no numbers behind my name. Ain't got no letters behind my name. I'm a regular schmegular guy. But I've been doing this for 30 years. And for the last 4 years, I've been on this YouTube channel full time doing this. So when I stumbled across the Magnificent Seven back in October of 23, I told y'all about it. Now, some listened, some didn't, because I've gotten those emails too. I've gotten those DMs too. I've gotten those direct messages too. Golly, man, you said that, but I didn't listen. I was afraid. I was scared. It was priced too high. All those things, guys, are valid, but they keep us broke. And again, I'm not telling you I don't know. I can't give you a technical analysis of Nvidia. What I can just tell you is they started in 1999, and in 2016, they had 5 billion in sales, and then they 10x that thing, and by 24, they had 60 billion. They just did 28 billion in the first quarter. What do you think they're going to project out for the rest of the year? They've had 4 quarters in a row with 200% of everything. 4 quarters in a row. What do you think is going to happen the rest of their fiscal year if they did 28 billion in the first quarter? Calculate that out. I'm trying to tell you guys. Again, I'm not saying something can't happen to them. It can. But here's the thing, guys. If we don't develop a level of risk-taking, if we don't develop a level of calculated risk that we're comfortable with, it's going to be hard for us to invest in assets because all assets carry some risk. I don't care if it's real estate. I don't care if it's a business. I don't care if it's gold or silver. I don't care if it's collectibles and antiques. I don't care if all of them carry a level of risk. The thing is you got to determine what level of risk are you comfortable with. I've decided the level of risk that I'm comfortable with is Nvidia and the rest of the Magnificent Seven. So let's talk a little bit about this 10-to-1 split, because I know I had a lot of questions from you guys. Once we do that, then we're going to get into my belief that once this 10-to-1 split happens, there's an opportunity for all of us to become whatever we want to become. Listen, it will change our life forever if we take advantage of this 10-to-1 split correctly. If this company stays on the trajectory that they're on, guys, and we play this 10-to-1 split correct, we ain't never got to worry about nothing financially another day in our life if we play it right. But you got to get plugged in. You got to stay tuned in. You got to get yourself over to the Mentorship Club and get tuned in. Guys, what I do on YouTube is not even close to what I'm doing in the membership club. I'm in the membership club all day long. These folks that I rock with, they know that. I'm in there all day. I'm on YouTube for an hour and a half. That's it. I'm in there all day long answering questions. I don't even answer questions in the YouTube comments. I don't even go to the YouTube comments. Why? Because that's why I have my mentorship club. So if you want to get serious about this and really, really dig into this thing and have someone who's done this for 30 years to be on your team, again, I can't guarantee you anything. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not going to sit here and try to technically analyze Nvidia because I don't have the skill set, nor do I want to do that. I don't need to do that. I just look at basic stuff. How are they growing? What's the growth trajectory? You don't do 60 billion last year and for a full fiscal year, and then you do 28 of that in the first quarter. Now, can they keep this growth growing? I don't know. I'm sure there's smarter people out there that'll say, no, they can't. Yes, they will. Any opinion you want to find out there, guys, you'll find it. That's why I keep telling you, be careful what you let into your filter system. There are opinions against Nvidia out there. There are opinions for Nvidia. It depends on who you listen to. What you got to figure out is, does this feel right to me? Is this something inside of my spirit, inside of my gut that tells me this feels right? Am I diversified enough? And I don't want to have all my eggs in just a Nvidia basket. I want to have my 50% of my investment going into a broad-based stock market ETF like SPLG. I want to have 30% of my money going into another ETF that tracks sectors. Technology is the one that I love. And then 20% of my money going into the Magnificent Seven. Now, here's the caveat. For me, I'm going to ratchet up my investment in Nvidia. So instead of doing 30% in FTEC, I'm going to cut that probably down to 20%. So I'm going to go 50, 20, 30 now instead of my 50, 30, 20. That's because I want more money concentrated in Nvidia. Because I believe in Nvidia just that much. I think they ain't even close to being what they're going to be, guys. When I talk to you about some of the partners that they've partnered with, some of the companies that they're selling their product to, I'm telling you, all big boys. So let's talk about this 10-to-1 split real quick, because I know people have asked about that. So recent developments in the field of artificial intelligence has captured the public imagination over the past year or so. One of the byproducts of this trend has been the surging stock prices of companies at the forefront of this paradigm shift in technology. Now, nowhere is this more apparent than with chip maker Nvidia. Those graphics processing units, GPUs, have become the gold standard for AI. See, guys, this is what I'm trying to tell you. I tell y'all this all the time. Listen, man, if you want to invest in something, you go find the very best company that does what they do, or the industry that they're in. When I want to go invest in an EV company, I'm not investing in NIO. I'm going to Tesla. Why? They're the best at what they do. They're the #1 thing in the industry. If I want to go AI technology companies, I'm going to find the very best. And ain't none better than Nvidia right now, brother and sisters. None. That's my opinion. Again, I'm just an opinion here, guys. You go out and do your own homework and figure out it on your own if you want to. But my opinion is there is no better company right now positioned in the AI revolution than this company. And like I said, in a minute, I'm going to tell you some of the companies they're working with, and I'm telling you, they're all killers financially. Giants, right? So let's keep moving. The company's consistent execution Its unrivaled business performance has fueled its meteoric ascent. Nvidia stock has gained 540% since early last year, driven by triple-digit revenue and profit growth resulting from surging demand for AI. I keep telling y'all guys, 4 quarters in a row, triple-digit growth in both profit and revenue. Give me one other company that done that. I'm talking about 200 plus in both categories. I think one of the categories, I believe now, don't hold me to this. Like I said, I'm not the expert on this. I'm giving you my opinion. So if you don't agree with something, I mess up something, that's okay. You go vet it and check it out for yourself. But I believe in one of those categories, they were over 400%. Just saying. I think in one of the categories, they were actually over 400%. So my point is, this ain't no slouch. This is the number one in the game right here. So let's keep moving. Yet, that's just the beginning. I told y'all. Listen, man, I told y'all that Nvidia ain't even started yet. When you look at some of the other great companies, guys, let me leave this thing alone. When you look at some of the other great companies, I'm talking about technology companies. I'm talking about Alphabet. I'm talking about Amazon. I'm talking about Microsoft. I'm talking about Apple. When you look at those 4 right there, compared to what these guys are doing, Nvidia ain't even started yet. They're not even at the revenue level that Microsoft is. Microsoft got some revenue, man. They got some revenue. But performance-wise, I don't know one of them that can beat Nvidia on performance. They just getting started, guys. I mean, if they do what they're doing, they'll probably end up with about 120 billion in revenue. That ain't even close to Microsoft. Not even close to Microsoft's revenue. So I think over the next 10 years, guys, this company will do $1 trillion in revenue over the next 5 years. Over the next 5 years, they'll be doing at least $1 trillion in revenue. Walmart does about 650 billion in revenue. I think they're one of the, I think either they're the company with the most revenue in the world, I believe, Walmart. Don't hold me to that. But Walmart does about 650 billion. Just to try to place this thing in scale for you. These folks, it's predicted. Now, I don't know they'll do this. I'm just telling you what the market is saying, that they will do $1 trillion in revenue. Again, I don't have a crystal ball. I can't say that'll happen. I'm just telling you what folks are predicting will happen, and I gotta be on the ride. So let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. The company's consistent execution and unrivaled business performance has fueled its meteoric ascent. Nvidia's stock has gained 540% since early last year, driven by triple-digit revenue and profit growth resulting from surging demand for AI. Yet that's just the beginning. Since Nvidia's IPO in early 1999, the stock has soared from a split adjusted price of 25 cents to more than 939, representing an eye-popping gain of 375,500%. Did y'all just understand what I just told you? On Wednesday, in conjunction with the release of the company's quarterly results, Nvidia announced plans to split its stock for the first time since July 2020. The stock has gained more than 800% in the nearly 4 years since. So from 2020, I'm assuming July 2020 was their first split. The stock has soared up 800% Please understand what I'm telling you guys. It soared up 800% in 4 years from the last split. What do you think it's going to do 4 years from June 7th split and the next 4 years? What do you think it's going to do? Here's a better question. If history repeats itself and I'm on the rocket ship over the next 4 years, since history has already said the company has done it. Now, that doesn't mean the company will do it again. I get it. But here's the thing, guys. We can talk ourselves out of it. We can be pessimistic and talk ourselves out of it. Or we can say, hey, listen, they've done it before. They got a lot of momentum. 4 years is really not that far off. And in the next 4 years, we already know the AI industry is going to add probably $1 trillion in revenue over the next 4 years. The whole AI industry. Guess who's at the forefront of that industry? Nvidia. Yeah. So from 2020 to 2024, stock price splits, it runs itself up 800%. Stock getting ready to split again on June 7th. Question is, can it run itself up to another 800% or better? Just saying, that's what you got to start thinking about, guys. The stock has gained more than 800% in nearly 4 years since, which is likely the catalyst for the split. Because a lot of, why are they splitting? There you go. You got your question answered. These people ain't dumb. They know what they're doing. See, in order to fuel their growth and what they want to do, they need to attract more investors. How do you attract more investors? You make the stock price more affordable. See, I'm no stock genius, but it just makes sense. If I'm growing fast as a cheetah, I'm moving fast as the fastest animal in the world, a cheetah. I'm moving that fast in my growth. And I don't want to stall that growth. What do? Get more people to invest in the company. I can always buy back the shares later on down the road when I'm a behemoth, like Alphabet did. That's what Alphabet did. That's what a lot of these big companies do. Apple, all of them. They just repurchase the stock back once they get to be behemoths. These people ain't stupid. They know what they're doing. And I'm on the ship with them because if I can get an 800% return on my money from June 7th on for 4 years, I can get an 800% on my stock, appreciation on my stock that I'm going to purchase on June 7th. No, I'm sorry, not June 7th, June 10th. I'm going to purchase more stock on June 10th. I'm just letting you know right now. And the reason I'm going to purchase stock on June 10th, a lot of it, is because I believe in that 800% over the next 4 years. I think they can do it again. Do I got a crystal ball? No. Do I know that for a fact? No. Will there be naysayers? Yes. Who cares? Who cares what they say? I don't care. If I'd have cared what they said, I wouldn't be sitting pretty right now with the profit that I've already made in the stock. I wouldn't have that right now if I listened to the naysayers. See, here's a rule of mine. I don't listen to people that I believe are broke and ain't really done nothing. I don't listen to them. I'm not gonna let you steal what's rightfully mine. I'm just not gonna do it, right? I'm not gonna do it. So let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. The revolution is sparking a fresh wave of interest in an already well-followed stock. Let's review the mechanics of the stock split and what it means for investors. Because I know a lot of y'all were, oh, what is a stock split? Walk me through that, Richard. What does that mean? I'm not the expert, but I'm going to give y'all some commentary from some experts. How about that? And I wouldn't be sharing this commentary with you unless I gave it a thumbs up. I wouldn't be sharing it. I don't share stuff from things that I read online that I don't believe in. I only share things that I believe in. And if for some reason I do share something, I'm going to tell you if I believe in it or not. I believe in what these guys are saying. Here we go. The stock split details for all of my membership club members who are a little bit confused, and for my YouTube family here who's a little bit confused. Let's see if this can kind of shed some light on it for you. The Nvidia announced that its board of directors approved a 10-to-1 a 10-for-1 forward stock split. This will result from an amendment to the company's restated certificate of incorporation, which Nvidia says will result in a proportionate increase of the number of shares of authorized common stock. As a result of this split, shareholders of record as of June 6 will receive 9 additional shares of stock for each share they own after the market closes on June 7th. So, I own 1,000 shares of Nvidia, right? Let's just say on June 6th, I own 1,000 shares of Nvidia. After June 6th, I get a 10-to-1 split. So that means now I own what? How many shares? Anybody can tell me. If I got 1,000 shares of Nvidia on June 6th, I get a 10-to-1 split. I got 10,000 shares now. Right? And all you do is you take the 1,000 and you times it by 10. You take 1,000 and you times it by 10. Right? That's all you do. So whatever you own on that day, June 6th, you times it by 10. That's the 10-to-1 split, right? So let's keep moving. And again, guys, you can go out and do your own research. There are many, many tools out on Google that will walk you through all the technical details of a 10-to-1 split. So don't panic if you don't understand it. I'm just telling you the simplest way I understand it. And as they're explaining it here, on June 6, 2024, whatever number of shares I have that I own of Nvidia, I just times it by 10. Right? I just times it by 10. Right? So that's what I would do. Now, not only will your shares be times by 10, but the stock price will be divided by 10. But we'll get to that. So here we go. The stock is expected to begin trading on a split adjusted basis on June 10th, which is a Monday, right? Nvidia investors won't need to take any steps in order to receive the additional shares of stock. Because I know some people have asked me that. Well, golly, how do I get them? What's going to happen? You ain't got to do nothing. You're going to be good to go. Don't worry about it. Wherever you got your brokerage account, you'll be good to go. Nvidia investors won't need to take any steps in order to receive the additional shares of stock. The brokerage firms and investment banks handle the particulars, with the adjustments being handled behind the scenes. The stock split shares will simply appear in investor accounts with no further action, right? So whatever, Moo, Vanguard, wherever you got them at, you ain't got to do nothing. All of that's going to be handled on the back end side, on the administration side. You don't have to do anything. So just rest assured, you ain't got to do anything. The stock split shares will simply appear in the investors' accounts with no further action necessary. The timing can vary from brokerage to brokerage. Some investors shouldn't worry. The timing can vary from brokerage to brokerage. So investors shouldn't worry if the newly issued shares aren't there immediately on June 7th, as it can take hours or in some cases days for the additional shares to make an appearance. So don't freak out if you don't see yours in there. Give it a day or so, it's coming. So just don't freak out, because I know some people will be emailing me freaking out. Don't freak out, just know, be patient, they're coming. Adding numbers can provide context regarding how the stock split process plays out. For each share of Nvidia stock a shareholder owns, it's currently trading for roughly $950 a share, right? As of this writing, so when they wrote this article, it was $950 a share. Post-split, investors will hold 10 shares worth $95. So remember, I told you your shares that you have on June 6th, you times that by 10. You know, whatever the share price is on June 6th, you divide that by 10. So that's how you come up with it, right? So if my share price on June 6th, you know, if the share price is $1,000 a share, right? I divide it by 10. Now the share price is what? $100 a share, right? So I times my shares, so my shares increase, but my share price decreases. But when you look at it, there's still the same amount of money you got in there, right? So just remember that. Share price, $1,000 a share, I divide that by 10. Shares, I multiply by 10, okay? And again, all of this will be done for you inside of your brokerage account on the back end. You don't have to worry about calculating all that. Oh, golly, how do I do that? You don't have to worry about that. All of that will be handled on the back end, right? So here we go. Is a stock split a good thing? Because a lot of people are asking me, is that a good thing, Richard? I mean, is it good? Let's see. As the above example shows, the total value of ownership won't change based on the split alone. It's merely a different way of viewing the whole. Put another way, if you buy a pizza, it doesn't matter if you cut it into 8 slices or 16 slices. The total amount of pizza remains the same. And that is so true. So no matter, when you times my shares, I get more shares. But when you divide my share price, I get a smaller share price. But it's the same, right? It's no different. It's the same. This great analogy with the pizza, right? Right? I got a whole pie of pizza, whether I cut it up into 16 pieces or 8 pieces, it's same pizza, same amount of pizza, okay? By the same token, Nvidia stockholders will simply have a greater number of lower price shares. So you have more shares, but the price per share is just lower. So hopefully we got that explained and you understand that. Let's keep moving. There are those who believe the investor psychology will ultimately play a part, with excitement about the upcoming stock split driving up the share price. It's also been suggested that the lower share price can increase demand for those shares among retail investors. Indeed, management notes in the announcement that the purpose of the split is to make stock ownership more accessible to employees and investors. I mentioned that earlier. That's the whole purpose of it, right? While that's frequently the case, that kind of temporary euphoria historically subsides, leaving investors to focus on what matters, the company's operational and financial performance, which will ultimately drive the stock price higher or lower. I totally agree. I totally agree. Now let's walk through how in the world you and I post split can get to a point financially where we never have to worry about money again. This is the way I look at it, guys. And I just wanted to give y'all a little bit on the little stock split, and then we'll cover a couple other things, but I want to get to this before I lose some of you. Here's what I see. Let's say hypothetically, the stock price is on June 6th. Let's say the stock price on June 6th is $1,000 a share. For a lot of us, yeah, we can do fractional share trading, right? We can do some fractional share trading for a lot of us. But for whole share trading, it's kind of out of reach, $1,000 a share for a lot of us, right? We can buy fractionals, but we can't buy a whole because it's a lot of money. Here's the nice thing. Once the split happens, that $1,000 per share, it's going to drop down to $100 a share. It's going to drop down to $100 a share. Now that's more affordable for everybody. And here's what I tell you people right now, man, this is what I would be doing. I would be all over this thing. I would be all over it. When that split happens, I would be all over this thing if it's me. And again, I'm not your financial advisor and I'm not telling you what to do, but if you want to have an opportunity where you can for 3 to 5 years, invest in something consistently. I'm talking about $1,000 a month, guys. If you can do $1,000 a month over the next 3 to 5 years, if we get a repeat of what we got the last stock split, which was in 2020 when the stock split, and then it ran itself up 800% in 4 years. So think about it. If I can continue to buy this stock at $100 a share, now don't get me wrong, it'll start going up again, but you'll initially be able to start, hypothetically, you can initially start buying it at $100 a share. And just think, if you do that, if you dedicate $1,000 a month, that's $12,000 a year. Just think if that stock goes back up to what? $1,000 a share in the next 4 years. You will 10x your money. I'm just telling you. You 10x your money. You 10x your money. So that means if I'm putting $12,000 a year in and I 10x it, if I 10x 12,000, what is that, guys? What if I 10x $12,000 a year? What does that come to? That's $120,000. And I do that over a 4-year period. What is that? Again, guys, I'm not some analyst here. I'm just telling you the compounding effect. If this thing goes up 800%, if that stock price goes from $100 a share and it goes up 800% over a 4-year period, you go from $100 a share to $800 a share. What do you think you're buying it all along, right? Yep, it's going up, but you're buying it up. What do you think your net worth is going to be? How much money do you think you're going to make? Again, guys, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure this stuff out. I'm just saying, I'm thinking to myself, my game plan would simply be, when it splits, if I can side hustle, if I can increase my skill set, and if I can gather up me $1,000 a month and just be consistent, $1,000 a month, as this stock continues to grow again, and over a 4-year period, 5-year period, it grows by 800% again. How much money is that? It's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Because here's what I'm thinking. Over a 5-year period, this is what I'm thinking. Over a 5-year period, I put in 60 grand times 800%. I got about $500,000 in 4 years, 5 years. I got about $500,000 in 5 years off of a $60,000 investment. I'm not telling y'all guys I'm just telling you, if the history of the stock repeats itself, I don't know. I'm just trying to give you a idea that potentially could work because it's worked in the past. I'm not saying that it's etched in stone. I'm telling you, if I'm looking at the historical track record of this company and I'm watching this company grow, this company is in a growth spurt. This company did $28 billion in revenue in 3 months. It's in a growth spurt. It's not far-fetched, is what I'm saying, guys, that this thing can grow 800% again. It's not like it's some big old gigantic 50-year-old company that's a big old behemoth. And no, this company is just starting to grow. So I put 60K in this company over a 5-year period. And if I get an 800% return on my money, that's going to be $500,000. How many of us won't go out and create $1,000 a month extra? I don't care what I got to do that's legal to create that $1,000 a month to put in the stock for the next 5 years, anticipating and hoping that it repeats history over these next 5 years. I put in 60, I get back $500,000. Here's a kicker. Let's say I decided to say, well, Richard, you know something? That's great. But you know something? I'm going to put in $2,000 a month. So I take $2,000 a month. That's $24,000 a year, right? Times 5. Times 5. That's $120,000. So I take $120,000 and I times that by 800%. That's $1 million. So for some of us, I'm trying to show you a way that you can collapse time frames and free yourself. I don't care what your predicament is today, guys. I don't care what financial shape you're in today. Get yourself in place. So on June 10th, you ready to go. That's all I'm telling you. On June 10th, you got a couple of weeks. If you ain't a part of the mentorship club, guys, I'm telling you, get over to the mentorship club. Get yourself to the website, www.richardfain.net. Get yourself to the website. Sign up for the mentorship club, because I'm gonna be on this thing. And I'm gonna be providing that information to my people in my mentorship club. Again, guys, I'm not here trying to be the savior. I'm not here trying to be some expert. I'm just giving you just a logical thought process based on what a company has already done, based on what others who have the expert status are saying that this company is getting ready to do in the next 5 to 10 years. I'm telling you what these people are saying. They're saying it took them from 2016 to 2024 to go from 5 billion to 60 billion. Think about that, guys. They're saying that these people could be in the next 10 years doing over $1 trillion a year in revenue. Somebody gonna get rich. Somebody is gonna change their financial life forever. Why not us? Why not you and me? Ordinary folks. Why do we sit around and allow the 1% to only take advantage of this stuff? I'm showing you a way with $1,000 a month, potentially, if history repeats itself. I'm showing you a way with $1,000 a month, guys, over the next 5 years. You can turn 60,000 into 500,000. I'm showing you a way you can turn $2,000 a month, $120,000 over 5 years into $1 million. 800% return on your money. That's a game changer, guys. We control our time now. I don't care where you're at on the economic scale. I don't care where you live. I don't care where you're at on the economic scale. You can change it now. I don't care where you're at. I don't care how much money you make. You got enough time to put yourself in a position to make more. June 10th is the day that you can start buying this company again after the split. And here's my plan. Now, whether you guys want to copy my plan and follow me, but here's my plan. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take $5,000 a month. When that thing split, I'm going to take $5,000 a month. And I'm going to put it into this company. Now, I'm not going to abandon my other investments. I'm not. I'm going to give up something to be able to put more money into this company. I'm going to give up something in my personal life. I'm going to give up something that I enjoy doing, spending money on or whatever. I'm going to find another source of income. I'm going to do something. But I'm gonna put that $5,000 in every month over the next 5 years and hope that history repeats itself. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. That's $60,000 a year times 5. That's a $300,000 investment times 800%. I'm gonna make a $300,000 investment and keep my fingers crossed that this company repeats itself, that it did from 2020 to 2024. If it repeats that same jump after its last stock split, my investment of $300,000 is gonna be $2.4 million in 5 years. I told y'all I was gonna, this will change your life if you're in financial shape and you understand the risk and you're willing to execute. Again, I'm not your financial advisor. I can't tell you what to do. I'm not an expert. I'm just telling you guys, when I look at the history, when I look at where this company could go, and again, the key word is could. There's no guarantees in this life. But one thing I can tell you, if there's no risk, there's no reward. So I'm gonna do everything in my power to free up $5,000 a month. And I'm gonna put it in this company. And I'm gonna do that for the next 5 years. And I'm gonna see if I can get that 800% stock increase. And if I do, I'm gonna turn my 300,000 into 2.4 million. Now some people will say, oh golly, that ain't, the stock price will be more, it'll do it. See, I don't worry about all that, guys. Okay. Say I don't. Say it don't do that well. Say it do. Let's say it don't do that well. Let's say it only does 300% over the next 5 years. Let's just say it does 300%. I'm still gonna make 600 grand. I'll go from 300,000 investment to 900,000. You don't think I'll take that? You don't think I'll take that? Are you kidding me? See, this is why I tell you, we listen to these people who always want to be pessimistic about something. See, I learned a long time ago, I shoot for what? I shoot for the stars. Now, if I land on the moon, I'm still happy with that. But I'm gonna shoot for the stars. I'm gonna shoot for the 800% because you've done it before. You've split before and you've ran yourself to 800% higher price before. I think they can do it again. I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is. And in my mentorship group, they're gonna go on a journey with me, those that want to. Again, I'm not telling you what to do with your money. I'm not telling you anything what to do with your money. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. And I'm just telling you, I've done this for 30 years, not at this level. This will be the first time at this level. But you know something, guys? I'm not going to be one of these guys that look back on this opportunity and say, dang, Richard, 5 years ago, man, you had an opportunity, bro. All you had to do was execute, man. All you had to do was get your fear behind you. All you had to do was execute, man. You'd have had that, you already be on the Caribbean with a beautiful property on the ocean, paid for from one investment. And the rest of the investment can just do what they do. I'm not going to be that guy. Now, I might lose. But I'm not going to let that stop me. See, when I think about losing, that's my fear. I'm not going to let the fear steal this opportunity from me. So all I'm telling you guys is figure out what your financial situation is now and what you need to do. But I promised you in this video, in this live stream, that I was going to show you how you can change your life forever. And I just showed you. Very simple, very clean, very doable. Again, we don't have no guarantees in this life. I can't guarantee you Nvidia will do what it did from 2020 to 2024. But what I can tell you is there's a great opportunity there for it to do it. With these earning report that came out last night, For the fourth quarter in a row, these people are triple digit on profit and revenue, exceeded by triple digits, 4 quarters in a row. I don't know what else you're looking for. The stock market, real estate, businesses, there's no guarantee. But if I can get that type of performance with that type of momentum, guys, I gotta try it. I gotta try it. And I'm asking you to evaluate your financial situation and figure out what you're gonna do. Somebody gonna get rich, guys. Just like when I told y'all back in a month ago when the stock was trading at 767. See, I have time to sit at home and go through these things and look at what people are saying, and then I come up with my own conclusion and I present it to you guys. Not as an expert, but just as a guy with an opinion. See, I have time to sit around and go through all of this stuff because I own 100% of my time. See, I built my wealth over the last 30 years to put me in a position to be able to do this and then share it with the people that want to listen. Again, not trying to be an expert, but just trying to be a guy that shares information. Why, if I know this information, I want to keep it all to myself and just me get rich? No, I'm going to share it and let you make an educated decision. You make a decision if you want to follow this blueprint or not. You don't have to. You can go create your own. But one thing I will guarantee you, whatever results you got in 2023 and so far this year in 2024, if you're happy with it, keep doing the same activities. If you're not happy with those results, you better change the activities. This is an activity you can change, because I know from my mentorship club, people have been asking me, is it too late? And I was like, is it too late? Oh, no. The opportunity is June 10th. That's the real opportunity. Now, if you're a savvy guy like me that's already in there and you're making money, yeah, can you make some money to the run-up? Sure. But the real money, in my opinion, for me at least, is going to be made on June 10th. That's where I think the real money starts. Because I really believe this stock will go from whatever it is on June 10th, I think it'll go up 800 to 1,000% in the next 5 years. Especially, think about it, guys. If in 2025, fiscal year 2025, I call it 2024, but they, let's say they do 120 billion in revenue. Let's just say they do 120 billion in revenue, which will be double what they did last year. What do you think they're going to continue to do if they continue to grow? If they double every year, in 5 years, where are they going to be at? Over $1 billion, over $1 trillion. In 5 years, they'll be over $1 trillion in revenue, guys. They will be over $1 trillion in revenue if they continue to grow like they're growing. So I don't know. You figure it out. I told you guys I was going to share with you that opportunity, and I've shared it. And again, it's just my opinion. That doesn't mean it's fact. That doesn't mean it'll happen. I'm just giving you my opinion. What I believe I'm gonna put my money into, and I've committed to $5,000 a month starting June 10th. Whatever I got to give up, I don't care. I don't care if I got to sell a car to free up that cash. I'll sell one of them. I don't do much anyways other than work and get online and make money. So I'm going to have the money. But I got to do this. I got to do it because I want to help my mentorship club. We're going to be in this thing together. My mentorship club and I are going to be in this thing for 5 years together. I'm going to be encouraging them. They're going to encourage me because there are going to be some times where we're going to be like, oh, golly, this thing's sideways. Oh, my goodness. Oh, shoot. Ooh, I don't know about that. Ooh, I might want to get out of this thing. There are going to be times. And we're going to need to encourage each other. It's not going to be, oh, let's skip down the yellow brick road together and it's going to be perfect the whole 5 years. We'll have some setbacks. The market will fall. It will set. But we can't take our eye off it. Think about it, guys. Think about it. Let me just give you all this to think about. In 2022, Nvidia was trading at what? 100 and some dollars a share. Now, this was after the split, of course. It's after the 2020 split. But when that market fell in 2022, Nvidia was trading around $100 a share or something like that. It wasn't much more than that. Somewhere like that. And guess what it did in a year and a half? Less than 2 years, it went from $100 and some dollars a share to over $1,000 a share. 2 years. My point is, just because the market has a correction temporarily doesn't mean companies are not going to continue to grow again. If they're good companies, they will. They will. So I told you guys I'd give you that blueprint to get yourself to your freedom. And I'm giving it to you. That blueprint for me starts June 10th. That's Wealth Transfer Blueprint 2. Wealth Transfer Blueprint 1, you guys already know, 50, 30, 20. Wealth Transfer Blueprint 2 starts on June 10th. And that's Wealth Transfer Blueprint 2 Nvidia. That's what I'm going to call it. Wealth Transfer Blueprint 2 Nvidia. Because that's the only company I'm doing that with. But I'm going to keep my Wealth Transfer Blueprint 1. Because just in case Nvidia falls on its face, I still need a, you know what I'm saying? I still need a backup. Not even a backup. This is my main wealth building plan. Wealth Transfer Blueprint 1 is my main three big boy blue chip assets. SPLG, FTEC, Magnificent 7. That's the Wealth Transfer Blueprint number 1. I will always do that. Wealth Transfer Blueprint number 2, Nvidia, is the $5,000 a month, every month for the next 5 years. A total of $300,000. Where are you going to get that money from, Richard? Well, number one, I got a high income skill set. Number two, I'm not afraid to get out and create more sources of income. I'm just not. See, I'm not afraid of that. You got to understand, since 2020, guys, I've created 5 streams of income out of thin air. Just using this. Out of thin air. Nobody helped me. Nobody gave me nothing. Nobody gave me a shout out. Out of thin air, I created 5 streams of income. That makes a lot of money. So I don't worry about making money, guys. I know how to make money. My goal is to put myself in a position over the next 5 years where if I don't want to make money anymore, I don't have to. That's the goal. Right now, I could stop doing that and live a great lifestyle. I want more. My lifestyle today and the net worth I have today is not going to buy me that property on the Caribbean Ocean. It's not going to buy it because that's going to be a lot of money. It's going to be more than a dream house. So I got to hustle. If I want that last item off my bucket list check where I own this piece of property in the Caribbean Ocean, where it's mine. Detached from civilization, just there with other locals. I own my own thing. I get out to walk on that white sand and look at that blue ocean. It ain't polluted. It ain't a bunch of traffic. You get around with a golf cart or your bicycle, or your walk. That's what I want. I cannot get that with the net worth I have now. So I got to double it. Then I can get it. Because see, I also got to leave my kids something. So I'm not going to spend every dime on the beach property. Still got to leave the kids something. So I got to make more. I got to double the net worth so I can do both. Does it make sense? See, that's my driving force. So when fear tries to step in, nah, go ahead, fear. I got it. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to keep me where I'm at. I'm not going to let you keep me where I'm at. I'm not going to pay no attention to you. I'm just going to execute. And once I start executing, fear steps back. But if you let fear get in there and it keeps you from executing, it got you. See, fear just wants to keep you from executing, got you. But if you tell fear to step back, it'll step back if you're executing. Fear, step back. I ain't paying attention to you. I'm executing, man. I'm putting this money in here. I'm going to trust the process. I'm going to get on this blueprint. Okay, so let's move on. Let's talk a little bit about it, and then we're going to end this thing up. I told y'all I was going to share with y'all some of the companies that Nvidia is working with, so that y'all know this thing is real, guys. This is real. This is real. Here we go. Here's the headline. Tesla, Meta, Microsoft, Alphabet. Not to mention the countries that these guys are working with in order. See, here's the thing, what you got to understand, guys. Nvidia makes these GPUs, these chips that actually help these companies in these countries take their AI game to the next level. They make the components that help them take their AI infrastructure to the next level. So a company like Tesla, Meta, Microsoft, Alphabet come to companies like Nvidia for product to help them take whatever their AI platform to the next level. So here we go. If you didn't think the demand for artificial intelligence could get any stronger, think again. 4 of the biggest tech companies in the world all reported very strong demand for AI applications, and that's great news for Nvidia. The chip maker designs the leading GPUs for training the large language models, powering new generative AI applications. It could see a big increase in business based on recent management commentary from Tesla, Meta, Microsoft, Alphabet. Who are those 4 companies a part of? The Magnificent Seven. Microsoft has the #1 market value in the world. They're the #1 most valuable company in the world, Microsoft. If you don't believe me, go out to the internet and figure it out for yourself. They're the #1 most valuable company in the world with about a $3.3 trillion market value. Meta, #7. The #7 most valuable company in the world is Meta. Tesla, #15 most valuable company in the world. Alphabet, #6 most valuable company in the world. Nvidia, #3 most valuable company in the world, soon to be #1 in my opinion within the next 12 to 18 months. We'll see. Here's what they had to say and what it all means for Nvidia and its investors. Who are the investors? You and me. Or at least I know I am. I can't speak for the rest of y'all. I'm an investor. I'm an investor, and I'm going to be an investor for a while. I'm going to ride this wave with these guys. I'm going to ride this wave from 60 billion in revenue to 1 trillion. Do you know how much my net worth is going to multiply when I ride that wave from 60 billion in revenue to 1 trillion? Okay, let me just keep moving because I'm excited. Y'all know I'm excited about this. So let me just try to, let me just try to control myself a little bit here. So here we go. Here's what Tesla is saying. Tesla plans to increase its Nvidia chips by 140%. This ain't Richard saying this, guys. This is Tesla saying they're going to do this. You're talking about the #1 EV company in the world. This ain't Richard Fain saying this. This is Tesla saying this. Tesla plans to unveil its robo-taxi in August. The cyber cab relies on Tesla's full self-driving capabilities, which use artificial intelligence to make real-time driving decisions. To train that AI, Tesla has rapidly expanded its AI training infrastructure. CEO Elon Musk says the company doubled its training compute power sequentially in the first quarter. What's more, he expects Tesla's cluster of 35,000 Nvidia H100 GPUs to expand to about 85,000 by the year's end, just for training its AI. So somebody think they're a good company. Number 15 most valuable company in the world thinks they're a good company. They're doubling their buy from there. That's a huge investment coming Nvidia's way. It's almost a major It's also a major endorsement for Nvidia from Elon Musk, who has previously considered other chip makers' GPUs. And I know there's competition out there. I know y'all are dropping it in the little chat here. I don't care nothing about them. Nothing about them. I don't care nothing about them second place guys. Only thing I concern myself with is the first place companies. I don't care about them second place companies. Third place, fourth place, fifth place, seventh place. I don't care nothing about them. Only thing I care about is the first place company. Here's what Meta's saying, AKA Facebook. Meta needs to spend more to become the leader in AI. Meta has been spending heavily to build out data centers to train its artificial intelligence, but now it sees a good reason to spend even more. Alongside its first quarter earnings release, which they killed, Meta shared plans to increase its capital expenditures from its original range of 30 billion to 37 billion to somewhere between 35 and 40 billion. When all is said and done in 2024, and the company expects to spend even more than that in 2025. That's because CEO Mark Zuckerberg sees an opportunity for Meta to build leading AI models and be the leading AI company in the world. Meta has made excellent progress in just a few years developing its LLaMA large language model. It recently released version 3 of the model, rolling out its Meta AI chatbot alongside it. Zuckerberg thinks there are a lot of business opportunities for Meta if it can build an AI model used by hundreds of millions of people around the world. But to get there, it has to spend heavily, and a lot of that spending will go towards Nvidia chips. Oh, Richard, how in the world are they going to go from 120 billion to $1 trillion? Where's that going to come from? I keep telling y'all guys, these people these next 4 or 5 years, guys, these next 4 or 5 years, I'm going to be on the rocket ship. I'm telling you where the revenue's coming from. That's why I'm having this conversation with you. Because I know people are going to be, well, where's that revenue coming from? I'm telling you where it's coming from. I just told you what Tesla getting ready to do. They're going to jack their production up and buy their buy from Nvidia up by 140%. I'm telling you what Microsoft getting ready to do. But to get there, it has to spend heavily, and a lot of spending will go towards Nvidia's chips, at least for the time being. Meta's also building its own custom silicon. Meta is also building its own custom silicon to train its AI. Microsoft is seeing more demand for AI than it can serve. So I've given you two of the big boys, upping their purchasing from Nvidia. You got Tesla and you got Meta. And I've told you why they're upping it. This AI thing ain't going nowhere, guys. I'm telling you, it's going to explode. And Meta's and Nvidia's right there. Two big boy companies already. Here's the third big boy company, number one value company in the world. Listen to what they got to say. This is Microsoft. Meta's not the only company that's planning to increase its spending on AI infrastructure. Microsoft also expects a big step up in spending thanks to the growing demand for AI. Currently, near-term AI demand is a bit higher than our available capacity, CFO Amy Hood told analysts during Microsoft's fiscal third quarter earnings call. Microsoft set itself up as the leading public cloud service provider for AI application developers when it announced a $10 billion investment in OpenAI at the start of 2023. That move has paid off handsomely as the growing demand for AI has led Microsoft to take share from other public cloud competitors. But even as it invests in adding capacity, it seemingly hasn't been able to keep up with demand. Microsoft now plans to increase spending for the fiscal year 2024, fourth quarter, and fiscal 2025 in order to meet the growing demand. It's also developing its own AI using OpenAI's GPT model, which powers its Copilot software. Again, a lot of the step up in spending will go towards buying more Nvidia chips for its cloud customers' needs. Microsoft, however, does design its own chips as well. So even Microsoft, the number one value company in the world, is stepping up its spending, and it's going to who? Nvidia. That's where you get that's where you get the 60 billion to 1 trillion over the next 5 years, guys. Next 5 to 10 years. That's where it's coming from. And then the last one, Alphabet is already spending big to stay on the cutting edge. There were many market-pleasing surprises in Alphabet's first quarter earnings report. Killed it. But one should stand out to Nvidia investors. That's you and me. Alphabet poured $12 billion into capital expenditures last quarter. That's 1 quarter, guys. That's nearly double what it spent during a year ago period. So in 1 quarter, they spent $12 billion on capital expenditures, trying to get that infrastructure stronger. Alphabet's investments will primarily go towards adding capacity to Google Cloud and building and training more advanced AI models. Alphabet is also integrating AI into search. It recently rolled out AI-powered answers at the top of certain search queries. And that is true, guys. When I go into the $10 trillion research lab now, anytime I type anything in there, guess what the first thing that comes up in most cases is exactly what they're saying. AI-powered answers will come up first. And you know it's AI-powered answers because it tells you that right at the top. So what these people are telling you guys is true. Alphabet is already doing this. Now let's see how Alphabet is going to use Nvidia to help them even scale better. That's the big thing. That's the big thing. It's worth noting Alphabet uses its own chip design to train its Gemini model, but it will still commit some spending to Nvidia as its cloud customers demand those chips. Your customers are demanding Nvidia's chips. That's why they're spending it. Why are their customers demanding it? In my opinion, because they're the best. They're the best. They're the best. What it all means for Nvidia and its customers. We're currently in the midst of an AI arms race. As Microsoft pointed out, the demand for AI compute is bigger than the supply. That's been an incredible boom for Nvidia, which can't produce chips fast enough to supply everyone who wants them. As a result, its pricing power has gone through the roof. Back to that supply versus demand, right? If I got a lot of demand and I got limited supply, I jack up the prices. That's what Nvidia is doing. Their demand is out of control. Can't make enough of it. So they jack prices. Smart business move, right? Smart business move. As a result, its pricing power has gone through the roof. Its gross margin climbed from 56.9% in fiscal 23 to 72.7% in fiscal 24. The comments from its fellow Magnificent Seven companies suggest demand continues to outpace supply, which bodes well for Nvidia going forward. That's how we get from 60 billion in revenue to 1 trillion over the next 5 to 10 years. I say on the short side, 5 years. You go from 60 to 1 trillion. That's my opinion, guys. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. So there you go, man. I'm gonna stop there because, you know, we can go on and on and on and on and on. But here's the situation. And then we're gonna wrap this thing up and I'm done. Here's the situation. If you find yourself in a situation right now, guys, where you are not happy what's in your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, you got an opportunity to change that today. You got an opportunity over the next couple of weeks to put yourself in a position that you're ready to change your financial life. You got a couple of weeks. As of June 10th, game over. And when I say game over, that doesn't mean you can't get to wealth. What that means is you should be in. You should be thinking about this strategy I just rolled out to you. And it's only a strategy. It's only a suggestion. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an expert on Nvidia. But common sense tells me this. If you have 4 of the most valuable companies in the world, mega companies, all do more revenue than Nvidia. All of them do. All do more revenue than Nvidia. Maybe not Tesla, but all do more revenue than Nvidia. Saying that, they're coming to Nvidia because what they're trying to do to scale their businesses requires Nvidia's chips. Also, if you go out online and you start searching countries, you have countries that are coming to Nvidia to do the same thing for their AI platforms. Because everybody understands this AI thing is not a fad. It's happening. It's happening. And we have an opportunity to get in the hip pocket of a company who ain't even reached its full potential yet. We got an opportunity to get in its hip pocket. Once June 10th happens, the stock price will be affordable for all of us. And we can get in the hip pocket. We can get on the rocket ship. The key is we got to get on that rocket ship and consistently invest in this growth month after month after month. Consistently. And be confident enough in what this company potentially can do. So if the market does correct itself, we don't want to get off the rocket ship. Now, again, I'm just giving you information, my opinion. At the end of the day, it's your financial freedom and you can do whatever you want to do. I'm just a guy on YouTube. But I have been doing this for a long time. And I am putting my own money where my mouth is. I've already done it on the pre-stock split. I've been telling y'all this for a month on the video. So this ain't nothing new. Guys who rock with me and watch me on a consistent basis, you'll know I've been telling you this for a month. I've been telling you for a whole month they were going to $1,000 a share. I've been telling you that. If you follow my live streams every day, I've been telling folks, anytime I talk about Nvidia, anytime, which is pretty much every day, anytime I add them in there, I'm always telling you it's going to $1,000 a share. I've been saying that because I knew they were going to knock the earnings out of the park. I knew they were because they already had 3 straight quarters of triple digit. And I said, they're going to have a 4th. And that's probably one of the reasons why the market is kind of working against them and it ain't just going to $1,300, $1,400 today, is because people starting to think, oh, yeah, we knew they was going to kill it. It wasn't no surprise that they was going to kill it. So some of the momentum was taken away, in my opinion, because people just, yeah, we knew they was going to kill it. A lot of big boy investors, yeah, we knew they were going to kill it. But I promise you, well, I ain't gonna promise. I take that back. Let's pull that back. I can't give no promises. But what my opinion is, on June 10th, you're gonna see a flood of investors come in. Because what most folks are gonna do is they're gonna be like, whoa, I think these people run this thing back to 800, 900, 1,000% over the next 4 to 5 years. And if I can buy that $100 a share right now, and in 4 or 5 years it'd be worth $1,000 a share, I got to get in on that. So I think you're going to see a flood of retail investors come in on June 10th. That's what I think. I don't have no proof of that, but I think you're going to see a flood of retail investors. Now, I don't know about the big boys. But a flood of retail investors coming in on June 10th. So all I'm telling you guys is get yourself in a financial position to be ready. And I've already told you the blueprint. $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, and you're golden for the rest of your life. My opinion doesn't mean it works out that way, but be ready. Be ready. If you don't have a brokerage account, which you need, or if you have a brokerage account, but you don't know how to use it, somebody else do all that for you, get down to the description box, click on that Moomoo link, open up that Moomoo account. They're going to give you what? 10 free fractional shares of these companies I just told you about. The greatest and the most valuable companies in the world I just told you about. They're going to give you 10 free fractional shares of those companies. That offer is expiring on May 28th, guys. So basically next week, that offer will expire. So I wouldn't wait. I'd get down in the description box. I'd click on that Moomoo link. I'd put my $100 in because that's my qualifier to get my 10 free fractional shares of the Magnificent Seven, including Nvidia, could be in that mix. Get yourself in position. For all you first timers and you beginners who don't know what's going on and you're a little bit confused, follow the process. Trust the process. Get down there, click on that Moomoo link, open up your Moomoo account today, put $100 in there, qualify for these 10 free fractional shares of the Magnificent Seven, and then get your money in your account so you're ready to rock and roll on June 10th. But put the money in now so you can get the free stock. Because if you don't put $100 in there, guys, in a timely manner, it's not like, oh, I'm gonna open the account, but I ain't gonna put the $100 in for a couple of weeks. You ain't gonna get no stocks. The whole point of giving you the stocks is to incentivize you to put your money in so you're ready to go. And nobody want no empty account sitting up there and you think you're gonna get, no, they're not gonna give you anything. Again, it expires next week. So if you want to get down to the description box and open up the Moomoo account, which I'm going to be using, I'm going to be putting my $5,000 in every single month, starting June 10th. I'm going to be putting my $5,000 every single month into my Moomoo account, buying Nvidia. Every single month, $5,000 a month. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm committing to my wealth and to my family and to my lifestyle. What are you going to commit? What are you going to commit to your lifestyle and your family? What are you going to give up in order to be able to commit something? You're going to give up something over here, right? You got to give up something now in order to make this commitment. What are you going to give up? You're going to give up Starbucks coffee? You're going to give up the nail salon? You're going to give up the barbershop? You're going to give up the golf trips? You're going to give up the excess traveling? You're going to give up the Gucci and the Louis Vuitton and the Michael Jordan tennis shoes and all this other crap we buy? You're going to give all of that up so that you can double, triple, quadruple your net worth? I don't know. You got to make that decision. I'm going to give up something. I already told y'all. I'm giving up something. I don't care if I got to sell a car. Whatever I got to do, I'm doing it. Ain't nowhere in the world I'm finna miss this split. Because on June 10th, it's a whole new ball game, guys. For me, at least. I've been waiting on an opportunity like this just to get crazy. Just to be able to build some crazy wealth. I've been waiting. See, I was a knucklehead in 2020. I was a knucklehead because I saw a guy on YouTube do the same thing with Tesla. And I watched this guy do this for years. For like 3 years, I'm sitting there watching him do this. Same thing I just described to y'all. I watched him do it with Tesla. And I sat there like a knucklehead and didn't do it. I don't know if that'll work. Next thing I know, the dude worth $20 million. Hey, this guy, just a regular guy on YouTube, he caught Tesla in early 2020 before the pandemic when it was dirt cheap. And then when it did its 5-to-1 split later on that year, I should have got in there, but I didn't. It did a 5-to-1 split. And then it came back in 22 and did maybe 22 or 20, I don't know, 22, 23, it did a 3-to-1 split. And that's when I finally got in. Had I got in at the 5-to-1 split, guys, oh my God, I'd have made so much money. See, I'm trying to tell y'all, I'm a human being just like y'all. I missed it, but I'd be doggone if I'm gonna miss this one. I ain't missing this one. I missed Tesla. Now, I still made some money on Tesla, but not the money I should have made. Because see, I knew what the dude was doing. I saw him do it every day. He talked about it every day. And I just didn't pull the trigger. And finally pulled the trigger, and I missed all the growth. Now, don't get me wrong. I think Tesla still got a ways to go too. I think there's money to be made in Tesla still. But I'm talking about that instant money. I'm talking about that instant 2 to 3 year money. I could have made a bunch of it in Tesla had I just got my buddy in at the 5-to-1 split in 2020. Had the money, just didn't do it. I'm telling you guys, but I ain't missing this one. I'm not missing this one. I'm not missing this one. So I'm telling you, June 10th, get your brokerage account, get down there to the description box and click on that Moomoo link. That's the one I'm going to be using to buy my $5,000 worth every single month. I'm going to be using that Moomoo app every month to buy my $5,000 worth of Nvidia stock every month. And I'm going to do that with the expectation it could potentially repeat what it did from 2020 to 2024. And the reason I say it can do it, guys, is because this is a better company than it was in 2020. It's a better company today, guys. I'm telling you. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. It's a better company today than it was in 2020. It's a better company today. It's a more profitable company. It has more revenue. It got a lot of big boy clients. And guess what? They can't even keep up with production. They cannot keep up with demand, I'm sorry to say. They cannot keep up with demand. So what do you think the next 4 years are going to deliver if they stay on this trajectory? Let's say they don't get to 1 trillion. Let's say they get to 500 billion. They go from 100 billion to 500 billion. I'm sorry, 60 billion to 500 billion. And they 5X themselves. Matter of fact, that'll be a 7X. So I 7X my money. I'm just telling you, man, I know. It's a lot of hypotheticals here, but my hypothetical is really rooted in historical behavior, historical performance. I know it's enthusiasm, but it's rooted in historical performance is what I'm saying. Well, guys, hit that like button for him. I'm getting ready to get on out of here. I appreciate y'all rocking with me today. Thank you so much. Again, man, get down in the description box, click on that Moomoo link, go get that free stock, go get that free money. Y'all know I'm going to be using the Moomoo app, guys, for my $5,000 a month every month starting June 10th. I'm going to be talking about that over in my mentorship group every single day, answering questions, giving my thoughts, trying to get my mentees positioned to be able to go on that run with me. If you want to be a part of that, get down to the description box, click on my website link, which is Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor website. It's www.richardfain.net. You got to get over to the website. You have to sign up for the mentorship club. Now, it's a paid mentorship club, but guys, trust me, it's well worth it. It's well worth it. Get yourself over there and get in this group and guess what, guys? We do 90-minute every week. We do a 90-minute live stream. And guess what we're going to be talking about a lot in that live stream over the next couple of weeks? This opportunity for Nvidia. So I'm going to be doing more homework so I'm better prepared to answer questions. Again, not trying to be the expert, but just trying to shed some light on some common questions people have so we can position them to be ready to go on this ride. If you want to be a part of that mentorship group, get over to the website. Also, while you're over at the website, check out those digital products, man. I got 10 digital products handpicked by me that will help you get to your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Don't sleep on those products, man. They are designed to help you collapse time frames, get information, and then execute on it. So don't let those digital products pass you by. They're not very expensive to purchase. I priced them so that they are inexpensive compared to what else is out there for similar products. So I did that so that everybody can have a piece of that and afford that. So please take a look at the website. Of course, consider the Moo app. Get down in that description box. That's a must. For all you beginners, all you people that are brand new, that are following me and rocking with me, that's a must. I don't know nothing about the other brokerage accounts out there, only this one. So I can't answer any questions about nobody else's brokerage app. I can only answer questions about Moo because that's the one I use. So just understand that, and don't get mad at me if you, oh, how about E-Trade? Can I do fractional share trading on E-Trade? I don't know nothing about no E-Trade. I don't use E-Trade. Go call E-Trade. I have no idea. But if you use Moo, boom, I can send you some information. I can help you through that. And also, last thing before I get out of here is get down to the description box and click on that Instagram link. Give me a follow on Instagram, guys. Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor Instagram page is down about halfway down. Click on that. We're trying to get the new Instagram page up and popping. I want to get it up to 5,000 folks before the end of the month. So help your boy out. If you're an Instagrammer and you go to Instagram, give me a follow. And then send me a DM to let me know you're rocking with me. I really, 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 really would appreciate that. It would mean a lot to me because I'm trying to touch people everywhere, right? I'm trying to touch them. And the only way I can touch them is if I get some following, because that way you get the algorithm on your side on Instagram. I can't get the algorithm on my side unless I get some people to follow and that watch the content. So do me that favor. I love you guys. Thank you so much for rocking with me on YouTube. Over 700,000 subscribers. And I just appreciate y'all supporting me over these last 4 years. And hopefully, I've supported you and added value financially to your life. Hopefully. And I plan on continue doing that, right? I plan on continue on this YouTube platform every single day, adding value. Now, one note, I won't be on here tomorrow for the live stream until about 1 o'clock because I got something I got to do in the morning, but I will still have a live stream on Friday. It'll just be a little later in the day at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So all of you folks that really watch me faithfully and really show up every day and rock with me, just look out for the live stream tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time instead of 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. Well, all right. Thank y'all, guys. Appreciate you rocking with me. Lock it in with a thumbs up before you get out of here. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. For you guys who are part of the Mentorship Club, I'll see y'all throughout the day because y'all know I'll be over there poking my nose into the community chat and answering my direct messages to me. And I'm going to be putting up some more content today just around what's going on with Nvidia and the opportunity. So I'll see you guys over there in a little bit. But for everybody else, have a blessed day. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Thoughts become things. You can see it in your mind. You can hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. Stay healthy. Get wealthy. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.